Number 4. Okay.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Just one moment.
Are they like, are they readers?
All right, if everyone can please whisper, please. All right, Officer Avina. If you can unmute, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi, thank you so much for zooming in. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
All right, so before me is Haley Moy. And my understanding, you all had difficulty contacting her? Or basically you had no contact with her?
So on her initial reporting for orientation date, she did not report. However, on the 2nd of January, I was able to make contact with her and conduct her orientation.
All right, when is
go
her?
over her condition.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
On the 2nd of January, I did conduct her orientation for conditions of bond.
All right, so when's the last time you had contact with her? Was it the 2nd of January?
No, ma'am. So on the 1st of February, I had contact with her and she informed me she's on bed rest. However, we've never received any documentation.
All right, so I'm going to give her a deadline to give you all documentation. And I am going to want her in outpatient treatment. And if you could waive the fees for that, because she tested positive in court today.
Okay. Yes,
So
ma'am.
when are you going to have the documentation?
Yeah, I have an appointment next Wednesday with my doctor, and that's when I can get her handwritten. But right now, I'm just getting it on my chart from university. They don't let me screenshot anything. They said for security.
That's okay. So you're
Whatever.
saying Wednesday, the 21st?
Yes.
All right. So are you able to schedule an appointment with her on Thursday or Friday, the 22nd or 23rd?
I can.
No,
I
no,
can
no.
call.
I'm talking to him.
Oh, okay.
So, Your Honor, you wanted her to have outpatient treatment, is that correct?
Yes.
So I would actually have to submit a transfer to a separate section in our office, and that would be entirely based upon what they can do.
Okay. But before, so who would she? I want to make sure she reports and gives proof of the hospitalization.
Correct.
So can she report on the 22nd or 23rd?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with bond conditions. I want to continue with the random drug and alcohol testing. There is going to be outpatient treatment. And I'll ask that fees are waived since she has these medical issues.
Mhm.
And she is to report with proof of hospitalization and medical diagnosis
Oh, I was just want to make sure what's going
and treatment. No later than February 22nd. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No.
All right. Is there anything else she's going to need with you all?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you so much for zooming in.
Yes, Your Honor. Have a good
All
day.
right. Thank you. You too. So Miss Moy, who brought you down here today?
My husband's mom,
No, there was a guy in court that you were hugged up with. Who was
my
that?
husband.
All right. So if he were drug tested, what would his results be? And let me just tell you, I'm not even asking.
Probably the same as mine.
All right. So this is the thing. You cannot be using drugs and be with the person who's using drugs. What's his name?
Probably
Cody what?
good at,
You don't know his last name?
good at all. I don't know how to say it. I'm not
No. I mean, you should know your boyfriend's or husband's last name.
good at all.
Is he in the hallway?
Mhm.
Have him come in. Could somebody call Cody to come in, please?
Good judge.
Where are your parents?
They're not in the picture.
Do you have any family?
Um,
Oh, you know what? His name is on your face. Turn to the side. Let me see what it
no,
says.
it's not
Cody,
Banks.
is that his name?
No, that's not his last name.
Well, who is Cody Banks?
That's just what I got on my face. It's not his last name.
Okay. All right, what's your last name
Hello,
and your first name?
Cody.
And who's Cody Banks? All right, so you Cody Guerrero and Cody Banks?
It's just a nickname.
You didn't know his nickname?
Well, I saw my face.
No, I mean, I asked you who that was. I asked you if that's the same person.
Yeah,
You said
it
you don't
is.
know. All right, and there's Sue. So your mother is the person who brought you both down here today? And brought you all both from where?
My grandma.
All right, so you all are living with your grandmother?
Yeah, she has a house in the back. Yeah, we stay.
All right, I'm sure your grandmother doesn't want people living in with her who are using. So this is what's going to end up happening. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. If you need a place to stay, it's not going to be with him. I'm ordering no contact with Cody Guerrero or Cody Banks. And let me just tell you what the reason why I'm doing that. He's using, he's not under any type of jurisdiction of the court, so he can continue to use if he so choose. I don't recommend doing that because I don't think you want your grandmother or your mom to have to identify your body. You need to go somewhere and get into treatment. And whose name is over your eyebrow?
It's Vanessa.
Vanessa what?
Vanessa.
Finessing? What are you finessing?
Everything.
All right, not doing a good job, but okay. So here's the thing. You are not allowed to live with him. He's in the throes of his addiction. You're in the throes of your addiction. And two people who are in the throes of their addiction cannot help each other. Because if you try to stop using, which you're going to have to, guess what? If he's using, you're going to want to use. And if you try to stop using and she wants to use, you're going to use because you're together. So you're not allowed to live with him anymore. You understand?
Mhm.
So there's Haven for Hope, there's Salvation Army. They actually have a great women's program as well. And you can try Lifetime Recovery. And I'll add on here a referral to Lifetime Recovery. But you should not be with him. And do you have employment?
No, I received Social Security.
For what?
Schizophrenia.
I'm sorry, for what?
Schizophrenia.
All right. So you should not be coming down with her for this. You understand? And you all shouldn't be dragging your mother and your grandmother into this. All right. And you don't want anybody to have to identify your body because the last time you use may be the last time you use. And don't be going to hospitals and doctors to try and get medications when you really shouldn't be getting medications. Do not doctor shop, because when you doctor shop, if one of those doctors, for example, forgets to put something in a system or something breaks down with communication, another doctor could prescribe you something that could cause you to have your life ended. You understand?
Yes.
So I'm going to email Stephen Avina and I'm going to tell him to add no contact with Cody Guerrero, Cody Banks, and a referral to Lifetime Recovery. And just as a side note, when you're doing tattoos of people's names on your body, there are only two safe choices. Your mom, because usually people's moms love them and they're always going to be there for them and children. If you end up leaving him, guess what? Your boyfriend going to be asking, who is Cody Banks? You may be able to slide a little bit because Cody Banks is the name of a Nickelodeon show, but otherwise you're not going to be able to slide. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. Make sure you report to pretrial
Is
services.
my other court date reset?
No, it's the same.
So for today?
Ms. Ferguson, if you can make sure she has a reset form so she'll know when to come back to this court, but you're going to pretrial services on February 22nd.
Yes.
And then you have a different date to come back here, okay?
Okay.
All right. And make sure next time you come in, tops need to be able to cover the stomach, okay? All right. Good luck to you.